Today, we are going to talk about acquired situational narcissism and what that means.
My name is Angie Atkinson, and this channel is all about teaching you what I know to be true. You really can create the life you want.
Did you know that there are some narcissists who didn't get neglected or abused or overparented in childhood? Some narcissists didn't have any problems in childhood. And as it turns out, they actually acquired narcissism during their lifetime. It's called acquired situational narcissism. So that's what we're going to talk about today. All right, so let's get down to it. Acquired situational narcissism. So this is a type of narcissism that occurs later in life. It's not something that happens necessarily during your childhood, like I said. In fact, it's something that tends to be a result of different types of success. So if you have a kid in school who used to be a nerd and suddenly becomes a popular kid, they might get acquired situational narcissism. Or if you have someone who wants to be an actor or actress, or someone who, gets heavily promoted to, in work, maybe they skyrocket through the ranks, or you get someone who, goes through any type of situation where they're one kind of person and then they turn around and become a more successful person. Occasionally this will set people up for acquired situational narcissism. So as far as I can tell, acquired situational narcissism was first spoken about by Robert Millman in 2000. And that was, he was a professor, or is a professor, I don't know if he's still around, at Cornell University of Psychology, professor of psychology. So I found the original study, and it's interesting. It kind of, when people say, oh, success got to his head, or, fame got her, or turned her into that, or whatever, it's that kind of thing. So acquired situational narcissism was first coined, that term was coined by Robert Millman, a psychology professor at Cornell University. Millman used the term to describe people who had achieved fame as actors or artists, rock stars, sports figures, things like that, and how they had changed as people in general since they became famous. And here's an interesting example of that from history. According to what I've studied in ancient history, when the Romans would be in the chariots and whatnot, going into battle, they would have a person behind them on the chariot whispering to them something along the lines of, remember, you're not a god, you're only a man. And the idea at that time was to prevent them from doing something crazy and trying to act like a god. I find that very fascinating. Of course, the main issue happens, from what I've understood, they begin to find themselves acting narcissistic when they start to have success, but when they achieve the ultimate success and they start to see that people are looking at them, they stop looking at other people. They become so used to having people look at them. And that's when the toxic levels can begin for some people. So what happens is that because they begin to develop a really strong belief in the fact that they're superior, they start to feel like, they act like narcissists. And then what happens is that the people around them, all the yes men and all the, the agents and the people in Hollywood and whatever, well, they reinforce this belief that they are, superior to others. They act like they're superior. And I'll tell you something interesting. When I went to California to do that commercial for Ancestry, y'all know I'm not an actor, right? But when I did that, I kind of get it, because even though we were just regular people, they called us the talent, and that made me feel special. And they acted like we were somebody that mattered, and that was just some people in a commercial. So I can only imagine how it must be to be someone who is famous, and when you think about that and you think about the way people behave, certainly it can be acquired situational narcissism. I could totally see how that would happen to someone. And because we enjoy them as artists or whatever, or because we're fans of them, we as a society don't change, we're not making it any harder for them to be narcissistic, because, we ask them, reporters will ask, a football star for, what do they think about the economy? Or, like they would have any idea because they're football stars. Or what, we will ask like a rock star, what should we do about poverty? People who necessarily might not necessarily be qualified, but as a society, because we're interested in their opinion, because we're interested in them, we tend to give them more power than maybe they really need, or more their opinion, more power than we need. Of course, this leads to them having grandiose fantasies and so on and so forth, and before we know it, boom, with acquired situational narcissism. Acquired situational narcissism can also occur when someone gets really rich really fast, because suddenly everybody will be treating them different, nicer. People act like you're more important when you have money, and so that can be the case. Like I said before, it could also happen when someone gets a big promotion at work, or when someone has, any reason to feel important suddenly. Does that make sense? So that means that people with acquired situational narcissism might also hurt their partners in the same way that other narcissists would. They will cheat, they will lie, they will hide things, they will sneak around and not feel bad about it, just like a regular narcissist. Of course, just like other narcissists, they never seek treatment. And, the best way to deal with them is the same way. But does that help you? Probably not, because you're probably not dealing with a movie star or a football player or whatever. But if you are, this might be what you're dealing with. If you are a regular person, maybe you're dealing with someone that's got a lot of money, or a boss who's, full of himself or whatever. In any case, there is such a thing as an acquired situational narcissist, and I wanted to share that with you so you knew what it was. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a wonderful day. As always, thanks for being a part of my day and a part of my life, and thanks for letting me be a part of yours. Let me know in the comments below, do you know anyone who might be considered an acquired situational narcissist? Tell me your thoughts. I'll see you guys soon. Have a wonderful day.
It's my mission to teach others what I know to be true. You really can create the life you want. Take care of your body, take care of your soul, nurture the real you, and introduce him or her to the world. Be comfortable in your own skin and in your place in this world. Take your spot, take it now, and the universe will take its cue from you. You feel me? If so, subscribe to my channel. Let's get it done together.